Hello friends and happy Sunday. I hope that you're having a lovely weekend. We've got very strong winds this weekend, or mostly today anyway. Today is Saturday and you'll be watching this tomorrow hopefully. But yeah, I had plans to be out taking photos in Corstorphine today because sort of the last week of every month I do my blog writing for Hidden Scotland, and this month I'm writing about Corstorphine. So I don't really have very many photos of the area, so I'd planned to go over this afternoon, take some photos, come back and finish the blog, but the wind is just a little bit too strong for me to go out there today. So I thought that would be a perfect opportunity to just sit down and have a little chat with you guys, go over some of the things that I've been buying this month from charity shops, and also one sort of extra bonus item which I feel you can maybe see a little bit in the background, which is not a second-hand buy, but it is made from recycled materials, and it is a really lovely shop that I've just come across recently that if you are in Edinburgh I think that you'll really love it. So I thought I would throw that in at the end and have a little chat with you about that. So yeah, without further ado, oh, and also if you are a regular watcher you might have noticed that my hair, maybe you won't have noticed, is a little bit shorter. My birthday's coming up soon and I just really fancied a change. I fancied mixing things up. I felt like my hair was just getting in the way, so I chopped about 4 inches off, and yeah, I'm still getting used to it but really enjoying it. So that's my big life update. So yeah, let's get into the charity shop finds. So the first one that I'll mention is what I'm actually wearing. I don't think you can see the full thing, but it is a sweatshirt and it has it's sort of blue with Australia sort of embroidered across it in pink. And I've recently really enjoyed wearing sweatshirts. I only used to have maybe one, and recently I found myself sort of collecting them in shops, new and also in charity shops. So this is my recent buy, and I don't tend to buy any sort of tops, sweatshirts, jumpers with places that I've never been, because I don't know, I'd like to go to those places and maybe buy it from there or some sort of souvenir. But I actually have been to Australia, technically. I was there for about 6 months or so when I was little. I think I was maybe 3 years old, so obviously I don't have any souvenirs from that trip, or if I do, they were just little toys that have probably been given away by now. So when I saw this, I couldn't resist it. It just looked really comfy, and I liked the blue and the pink together. And especially since I've been there, I just thought it was really fun. And yeah, so that was the first one. I picked this up, I'm sure it was just maybe like $2.99 or something from my local charity shop in Fife. So that's the first thing that I thought I'd mention. And what should we talk about next? I'm going to leave one of my sort of favourite finds of the month to last. So let's talk about my continued obsession with these wooden frames. So the Edinburgh Furniture Initiative is officially moved. They've closed their branch at Cannon Mills and they've moved over to Gorgie, and I think they're actually opening tomorrow. So when you guys watch this, yeah, Monday. I'm pretty sure they're opening on the 31st of January, so I'll need to pop by at some point to pay them a visit, because the I've sort of made friends with them and they let me know that they're having really good sort of a sale to sort of attract people and let people know that they're there. So I'd love to pop in next week if possible. I might even bring you along. We'll see if that's a good sort of vlog day. But you may be aware that if you've watched these previous videos, I love these, oh that's upside down, these sort of unvarnished wood frames, and every time I go along to the Edinburgh Furniture Initiative they seem to put another one out and I just slowly collect them. So this was the first one, and then I bought a much bigger one which I think I shared in one of my previous vlogs maybe. So this is between an A4 and an A3 maybe, and then I went back the other day and picked up another one. So I have like a whole family of frames that are all slightly they're all slightly different sizes. So yeah, that's I've got a little family of them now, and actually I did pop into a charity shop on Leith Walk today. I think it was Bethany. Yeah, I popped into Bethany and I saw that they had a very similar one to this frame, but I thought that's probably, I don't need any more. These two are actually just sitting in the cupboard at the moment because I don't have anything to put in them. So I thought I should probably just content myself. I have a little family, I have 3, and maybe pause buying frames for the moment. So yeah, but I'm really pleased with them, and I'm trying to think how much I got that one for. The latest one, it was such a good deal because I got it in their closing down sale where everything is 50p, so even if it was £1 full price, I probably got it for 50p. But as I mentioned, I became kind of good friends with one of them, so she always gives me little discounts and we have little chats, which is really nice. So yeah, oh, and the same day as I picked up the latest frame, I also picked up one in this lovely green colour because this is the exact colour of my blinds in my kitchen. So I thought that at some point when I find something that I would like to put in this frame, I'll maybe frame it and put it in the kitchen because it matches my blinds so well. And it's just a really lovely colour of green, and it actually matches my front door as well. This is the colour I painted my front door. So yeah, another frame. I did get this little utensils jar for my kitchen because I don't have anything to put my utensils in. I have really limited storage. I only have the one tiny drawer in my kitchen, so it's kind of my bigger utensils like spatulas and ladles and everything are stopping the drawer from opening properly. So I just spotted this little, it looks vintage and it looks old-fashioned, but it's not. I really don't think so, because it just says, yeah, if you look closely at it, you can just tell it's not very old, but from a distance I think it looks really cute. And I picked this up, I think, for £2 at the St Columba's Hospice charity shop on Leith Walk. So yeah, that's quite a practical little purchase, and I just thought it was kind of cute looking. So that was the next thing I got. And working up to the final one. I don't know if you've noticed or if I've shared many of them with you. I think I might have in previous charity shop videos, but I love buying sort of candlesticks. So I have, hang on a second, I'm going to show you my other ones. So this was one of the first ones that I picked up, and this was quite a while ago. I'm pretty sure I did mention it in a previous video. It's this beautiful mint green colour, and yeah, it's made of tin, really lovely. So that was the first thing that started off the collection, and then I went ahead and bought one of my all-time favourites, a beautiful brass scalloped, like sort of Willy Winky kind of candle holder. And my recent addition is this little wooden one, which really reminds me of sort of a chess piece, that sort of that's what it reminds me of, but it's really nice. I think it's actually made by someone who's maybe been practicing on a lathe, because if you look closely it just looks like it's handmade to me, but I thought it was really interesting, something a little bit different, and I have a little collection of these going now too, which I'm using this one currently as a bookend. Oh, and I actually have another one that I've just seen. I do have another candle holder too that I got from Life Story. So yeah, I have a little collection of these, and one day I'd love to have a mantelpiece and have all of them displayed along it potentially, if it didn't look too crazy. So yeah, that's the little new candlestick to the family. And then oh no, there's two more pieces. I didn't really remember about this one because the items are sitting on it. There we go. But I think you can maybe see the colour of my sofa. Is this really nice? I love the colour of this. It's kind of a golden beige colour maybe. And it is a really comfy sofa. I got it actually at the Edinburgh Furniture Initiative when I first moved into the flat. I wasn't expecting to find one there. I just walked in and I ended up getting it for £50, which is just such a bargain. I still can't believe why it was so cheap, because I've been back since, and generally there's sort of sofas are around about 100 or more, but for some reason maybe nobody wanted this sofa, but I really love it, and it's yeah, it's been doing really good the past, coming up to a year from having it now. The only thing is, when I was doing sort of my sofa shopping when I first moved into this flat, is that I did really want an L-shaped sofa because I just think it's really comfortable to be able to stretch your legs out. But when I found this one, it was just perfect, and kind of the shape of my room doesn't really work for an L-shaped sofa either. So recently I've been keeping a lookout for some form of footstool for this couch, but it has been quite tricky because of the colour of it and the texture. I don't know what you call this texture. It's almost a little bit like velvet, but it's not actually velvet. So yeah, I've been looking online. I looked at IKEA, I looked at various different places, and then I happened to be doing my Tesco shopping and I popped into Bethany on Duke Street, and I got myself a little footstool. And it's not technically a footstool for a sofa, it's actually a stool for like a dressing table, but I think it's fine. I think what sold me is it's the perfect colour. It's just slightly darker than my sofa, but it's made from the same material. So yeah, I really was so excited because I had really been looking for it recently, and I had really been looking for one, and I can't believe I just went into a charity shop and found one that was in really good condition. It looks like it's barely been used, because maybe the person who owned it didn't really sit at the dressing table very much. So yeah, it's in really good condition. I'll include some cutaway shots as well, just so that you can see it next to the sofa. And yeah, that's been such a nice addition to the living room. I really, to be honest with you, it looks better in the living room without the footstool, but it is so much comfier. I had some friends over last night. We watched a movie and we were all able, not all of us, but two of us were able to put our feet up on the footstool with a blanket, and it was just so cozy and really comfortable. Out of all of the items this month, that's been the most useful purchase, that's for sure. And the one that I'm sort of my favourite purchase isn't that exciting, but I'm just so happy with it. So the same day that I got the wooden picture frames from the Edinburgh Furniture Initiative, I was looking at their pictures on the wall, and I found this mirror. Ooh, there you go, hang on. Yes, I found this mirror and I'm just so pleased with it. It's so unusual. Let's see, how am I going to show you? Yeah. And it's such an interesting material. I don't know if it's like tin or if it is just plastic and someone has painted it themselves. But yeah, I just really think it's very interesting and quite unusual, and it to me anyway, it looks like it's sort of handmade because the back is just sort of stuck on. So this has gone in my bathroom for the moment, and yeah, I'm so pleased with it. I think I got this for £1 as well, and it's just so unusual. I'm still trying to figure out what's it made of. I think it might just be plastic and someone has painted it on, or yeah, I'm not too sure, but I'm so pleased with this. And it wasn't anything that I would even think to search for myself. Yellow is not a colour that I really have in the flat, but I do have a lot of botanical kind of prints and lots of flowers and plants, so it makes sense that I would really like this. And it just gives the colour and the bathroom a little bit more colour that it didn't have previously. To be fair, it did need a fair bit of cleaning, and I gave it a good old clean when I brought it home, because maybe the house it was in smoked or something, but it was kind of a bit grimy. But we've rescued it and adopted it into this flat. But yeah, that is pretty much all the things I've been buying, I think, this month. I hope that I haven't left anything out second-hand wise. The thing that I did want to chat with you about that I got new is this blanket. So I have a little list in my mind of things I still want for the flat. Top of the list is some sort of dining table, because when I had friends over last night we just had a picnic on the floor. So yeah, that's the sort of things that's on my list, and a really nice quality blanket was on my list as well. And me and my mum were out for a little walk in Leith, and I think it was quite a chilly day, so I sort of suggested that we go to Ocean Terminal, because we haven't been there for the longest time, many years, and I didn't really think much of Ocean Terminal before. I just thought it was the usual shops that were on Princess Street, you know, and H&M, which is great. I went into H&M as well. But they actually have quite a lot of interesting things there. They have the little Museum of Memory, maybe, or the wee Museum of Memory. So we had a look in there, and then we went upstairs to the first floor, I think, and we were really surprised to see a shop called the Leith Collective. I think it's called the Leith Collective, and they have over 100 small makers, designers, and the shop is just filled to the brim with there's prints, there's mugs, jewellery, blankets, furniture. It's just so interesting because anything, like whatever your style is, they're bound to have it because they've got so many little individual sections of people's work. So yeah, we could have easily spent all afternoon in there looking, and I ended up leaving with, oh, I've put them away now. I bought 2 cards that I really like. One from it's like the Edinburgh Fox or something. Maybe I'll include pictures of the cards on the screen because they're really lovely, and if you haven't heard of those artists you might be quite interested too. And just as we were leaving, we happened to, this sort of caught our eye. There was I think sort of a ladder with various different blankets on it in different colours, so we had a quick look, and I ended up settling for this pinky browny grey pattern, and I just think it's so lovely. It's not a colour that I would have thought for the living room, but as soon as we put it in, it just looks really nice with the couch and sofa, and it reminds me of, you know, sort of heather and that sort of Scottish plants and things like that. It just reminds me, yeah, of heather, I guess. And it is by Love It. Let's see if that will focus. So yeah, that is the brand. And strangely enough, when we came back home and looked them up online, their stuff is actually really quite expensive, which makes sense because it is recycled wool made in Scotland, and yeah, a really nice quality. But they were selling them for really reasonable. I think that we picked this up for, I want to say £45 maybe. So yeah, which is really good, and it's really big. It's a really big cozy blanket. It's thick, and I can just see myself, if I'm going anywhere as well, bringing this along. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and I thought that I would share the Leith Collective with you in case you live in Edinburgh and you hadn't heard of it like me as well. And it's sort of a really good place to go if you're looking to buy a present for someone as well. So yeah, I think that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you're all doing well wherever you are, keeping safe and keeping well, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye guys!